Now, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I knew there was nothing I could do, nothing I could get out of my black bag, Felix the Cat, black bag of tricks, some legal, some illegal, to save the voice. By the time I got off at 6 o'clock, it was gone. It had evaporated. Forget laryngitis. It was gone, and I knew I wasn't going to get it back. So right away, all I could do was text. So I reached out to the best skin specialist in town. You're wondering why the skin specialist? Dr. Joel Casimir, friend of Kevin Breslin, who has a love-hate relationship with Sid Rosenberg in the morning from the Irish Riviera. He's a real homosexual. But he had given me some prednisone. Back remember when I had Norwegian scabies and nobody wanted to come around me, Justin Ellick? The worst kind of scabies. And that was able to knock it out. So I had to try to get a refill, which is like the hardest thing in the world during the day and doubly more difficult on a Sunday. But he was able to push it through. And then I said, yeah, my voice doctor is retired. Scott Kessler. He was the voice doctor to the Stars on West 67th near Lincoln Center. When he first broke into the business, he said what would happen, a Mariah Carey or a Madonna would come. They had a concert that night. God only knows what they were doing the night before. No voice. And the old remedy of the voice doctors were they would have a jar of liquid cocaine. They would take cotton swabs, shove it down your nose for about 10 minutes, and then pull it out with forceps, and voila, the voice was fully back intact. Until he said all of a sudden the DEA and the FDA came around and said, guys, gals, that's illegal. Can't do it anymore. But he's retired. So Dr. Joe Casimir actually found where he is, and I ended up texting to him. And he gave me the super-duper voice saver that I've used in the past. I can't mention what ingredients are in it, but I was able to get it over the counter and actually under the counter, and the voice slowly was coming back. But then Dr. Peter Mikolos, who's always here for everybody at WABC, reached out to me because he kind of figured out, Curtis is never missing in action. Curtis is always here. He either got shot by the mob finally and he's 6 feet under, or he's swimming with the fishes, or he lost his voice. And then he's texting me, and he hooks me up with Dr. Aaron Pollock from Riverdale, who ironically listened to me as a kid because he was required in the back seat, like all kids were with their parents, when I was on with Ron Kuby, whose mommy is a commie, and then voted for me in this last election. So he rolled out the carpet, took care of me. And that's how I'm back on track, ladies and gentlemen. But now I see, had my voice been intact yesterday, I know I would have been fired. I would have been standing next to Eric Adams, swagger man, no plan, with the biggest grin on his face, standing next to John Catsimatidis at our annual turkey giveaway. I would have screamed at him, don't you take one of those turkeys for your illegal alien friends. These are for our poor, the American poor. And I know the cops immediately would have come, locked me up, hit me on a disorderly charge. And I would have been screaming at Adams, you happy that Damon Williams resigned today? A guy who was going to put you in jail from the Southern District, and you heard that your very dear friend Arthur Aidala might become the Eastern attorney for the district in downtown Brooklyn that is also going to be prosecuting you and make the cases go away. I'll get you, Eric Adams, if the last thing I do. And I know I would have been fired. I would have been on the shelf. I would have run for mayor anyway. But I know Eric Adams, he would have been saying to me, and you see, I'm going to have a MAGA hat on my head on January 20th. You'll see, kissing Trump's tookies is going to pay off for me. You dirty rat bastard.